Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the member stream. How's everyone doing? Hey, Honored Twig. Hey, Colin. Hey, Thomas. Hey, TJ. Hey, Andy. Hey, Squirrel Brain. Hey, Big Nickel. Hey, Gary and Danny and Jeff and Malfrey. How's everyone doing? Hey, Bloody. Hey, Chris. Hey, Christian. I didn't know if Charlie was going to be here for the beginning of the stream. His routine's a little off. Hey, Justin Hey, FBWA and Lucas and Scott and Brian and Jaeger. Hey, Stefan and Are You Kidding? We're going to build a printer that's been around for a while. I've always been intrigued by this printer, but I never could justify it. I have plenty of printers, so this one fell in my lap. So figure we'd do a member stream assembling it. So, hi Mike Thomas, member for 6 months, thank you. Hey Poity, hey Kevin. Hey Ancient Monroe and Trippin and Justin and Doom. Hey Scott. Okay, so what's going on? I mean, just member stream, we don't have to get right into a build, we can talk about stuff. Is anybody following Positron? Hey Tracy. Hi Derek, BA. So, hey Shadell. So Positron, it's the little printer that fits in a filament box when it's folded up and has a amazing print volume for its package size. It does like 180 millimeters cubed. Hey Zombie. Hi, Paul from Germany. You should do one of the printer mate mods. So this is going to get built out of the box. I am going to attempt to use ABS printed parts, other parts for the build. But other than that, it's all spec parts. I might do mods to it later, but I want to build it as spec for now. So Positron has been off my radar for quite a while. Well, it might come back onto some people's radar because there are kits starting to come out, and I'm a beta tester for a kit. So we're going to talk about that later this week, but I'm pretty excited about it. It's a pretty cool little printer. So I've been selected to help beta test it, find problems, find solutions. So, oh yeah. Scott, Charlie is going to get the gummies as soon as Steve opens it up. I keep forgetting that there are gummies in here. I get gummies. I get a printer with my gummies. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that. I remember it and then I realize, oh, I can't open the box yet. I got to do those during the build. How much are these kids? I think this is about $500 for the kit, for the Mini Plus. How did my network cutover go? It was a little bumpy, but it's working. So I'm on it now. So we'll see how it goes. And I've been monitoring my provider connection, and up until a few days ago, my upload speed was a little less than I would expect, and then it raised up. So I don't know if there was some environment issues in their system, maybe from the rain, that might have caused a problem. So. Yeah, and Steven, I finally got a few of those mods I've been talking about out on my GitHub. So. Hi, Jose. Hi, Nick. That was a little bit of a challenge getting the thumbnail picture. Charlie wasn't interested in just sitting. I would be interested in a Prusa if they were just a little bigger. I like small printers. I do. I can fit more of them in my shop. So what color did I go with? So for this build, we have, this is Polymaker light blue ABS. So we're doing Polymaker light blue ABS as the accent color, and then Polymaker dark gray for the main color. Hey, Jason. Everyone is following along at home. The Polymaker Galaxy ABS is delayed again until next month. Yep, that's what I heard. That's what I heard. It happens. I mean, the reasons are good. It'll be out when it gets out. So the other thing I've been working on is I've had a little bit of a change of heart, and it's a little late for this stream, but I'm thinking about setting up a Discord server for the primary reason of notifications. I keep getting people coming into streams and say, I just got the notification, and it's several hours later. So I don't know, not everybody likes GitHub, but for those that do, or not GitHub, Discord, but for those that do, it might be a good way. I would set it up to where I'm not gonna ping everybody. I'm not gonna use that everyone. I'm gonna set up an opt-in, notification system. So you don't have to get notifications for new streams. But for those that are missing them because YouTube notifications are terrible, I think that's the way to go. I really don't want it to blow up into a big thing that I have to maintain. But the primary justification of enabling notifications is worth it to me. So I have the Discord server created, and I've done a little bit of, I've linked it to YouTube so that if you link your Discord account to your YouTube account, it'll automatically assign a role if you're a member. So yeah, so we'll see. That'll come when I need to figure out, I'm learning how to set up a Discord server. So I need to figure out how to set up a notification-based role. And what bot I want to use to do that. So, will I have a Charlie channel? It will definitely have a picture of pets channel. Hey, Ronald. Should have a live stream channel on the Voron Discord that people can add themselves to. We have so many channels on the Voron Discord. We run into limits. We run into Discord limits on the Voron Discord. If only there was some sort of short message push notification service that isn't in the process of slow motion imploding. Well, that's one thing. I don't Twitter notify. I don't know if I should. I don't use Twitter to do notifications for the member streams. I figure if you're a member, you know, you get the, I do the community post talking about it. So you can link your Discord account. Yes, you can link your Discord account to YouTube. It's in your user settings and maybe under integrations or something like that. Hey, Wade. So, yep, so we shall see. I would not be restricting it to people who can come in, but I mean, the basic rules will be excellent to each other and don't be a jerk or get kicked. I want chill. I want the same thing I want on my streams. Let's just build. Let's just have fun and build. Is the Mini already shipped with a Wi-Fi upgrade? No, but I bought it. But I bought the little module from Amazon to add it. So, is Charlie old enough to have a Discord account? How old do you have to be? Because he is not far from 16. I got your member post, but not the stream notification. Yeah. So if I can ping folks that use Discord. If you don't use Discord, I mean, there's only so many avenues we can go through to get stream notifications. But I think that'd help. I think that would help. So, and there's only so many things that I want to have to manage to send this stuff out. So I have a hard enough time remembering. I'm supposed to, I want to, but I have a hard time remembering the Voron forum. So if you don't know, there's a Voron forum, and there is a self-promotion section there, and I have a thread there that when I remember, I post my stream links in there, and that's just at forum.vorondesign.com. So. Anyway. Hey, K-Sipple. Let's get started. What else do we have? I think that's about it. Charlie's gonna... Are you ready to go down? Yes, you are. Okay. This is about over 3 feet up. I like to help him down. He doesn't just jump down anymore. Okay, this has not been opened. The seal is even intact. See? Let's break that seal and get this opened up. Sorry for asking, do you plan to upgrade the parts to ABS? Yes, I am going to build this with ABS parts. I have the PET-G parts in here as a backup in case something, I did, on Sanity's recommendation, I did do a 0.4% increase in size on them. I did not do that on any of my Mark IIIs that I've printed ABS parts for. The linear bearings end up being a little tight, so I'm seeing how this works. If it doesn't work, we'll just build it with the PET-G parts. It's weird how civilized the Voron Discord is. I assume Neros would develop accordingly. Sadly, I got quite toxic in the beginning phase. Haven't checked back since. That's a bummer. But yeah, we definitely push for the be excellent to each other rule. Just don't. There's no, this is a hobby. We're just having fun. Just don't. Forum is so much easier to get at the information. I think you can, that is one way. If somebody wanted a email notification, if I can remember to post to the forum, then I think you can set up a notification to get an email anytime a thread is updated. It even comes with an enclosure there for printing ABS. I printed up the Revo toolhead as is, and ABS worked okay. Okay. So I'm not publishing the Discord yet. I don't know if you could actually find it. It might be listed, it might not. I want to get it set up and ready, and then I'll post about it. I'll put a public community post. So why is it suggested to print larger for ABS? ABS has a little bit of a shrinkage factor as it cools. So, yeah. I am going to refrain from popping these right now, just to save your ears. There we go. Ooh, little open hardware logo. It has a thumb drive or USB drive with firmware. See the handbook for instructions. Hey, John. Be driving in a minute and just listening. Well, be safe. Oh, this has the filament runout sensor. Is that standard on them now? I've never had a problem in Nero's Discord, and Voron's Discord improved on me last time I needed it. Something I should say is that ultimately this kit came from Printed Solid. And David and Printed Solid have been extremely community focused and generous in the recent giveaways and stuff. So I wanted to give a shout out, unprompted shout out to Dave and his team. So. Off-topic question, preparing for an Ender 3 Pro to switchwire conversion, but in that GitHub repo there is no BOM. So that's part of that's kind of a part of a community mod. The degree of coverage, the degree of completeness is going to vary. And that's not necessarily a problem. You just have to know that going in, that there's going to be some things that you just have to figure out. There's a level of documentation and stuff that I don't think should be expected for people that are just doing something and putting it out there. So the Ender 3 to switch wire conversion, some of the things you need to piece the bits together. So much of it is just straight from the switch wire BOM, and there are some notes out there, but just be aware going in that there are some things you just have to kind of look at the CAD, that kind of thing. So I haven't seen the Voron Discord is all that bad. There's a ton of people in there. It's always going to be, oh yeah, there is no way to get around somebody. And it's not necessarily even people that are intending to cause problems. Maybe they don't understand. Maybe there's a cultural or language barrier. Most things are fairly benign, even if it's coming across less so. I got some interesting, got Prusa Galaxy Black and Mystic Brown filament samples. If that's the extent of my gummy bear packaging, I need to send an angry email to Mr. Prusa. I'll take them, but I'm a little disappointed. If only they were build videos on underwires. Okay, let's see. I haven't opened up a new Prusa thing in many years. I've bought 2 Mark IIIs over the course of my journey. I pre-ordered one when it first came out. One of the original when they had to send the textured sheet later, pre-orders. And then I bought one about a year later to add to my capabilities, being able to print multiple things at a time before I discovered Voron and my printer collection exploded. Prusa Mini gets mini Haribo. Okay. They are smaller than normal Haribos. That's funny. Okay, little QC sheet and all kinds of stuff. Oh, a little grease spool. I've been waiting all week for the stream. Coffee is the best way to start your weekend. Thanks, one who schemes. Mini printer, mini Haribo. I think this is spool holder stuff. I'm gonna kind of spread out over here on my little auxiliary table. Little nozzle unclogger and an ISO wipe. And then some information on that. And then let's see what sheet this came with. Hey, Doom Prince, it's going well. It is a mini. I should have bought some extra gummies for myself. So this is the smooth sheet. I did purchase from Printed Solid a textured sheet because I really like the Prusa texture. Plus I can use it with the Micron. I'll be able to swap both of these with the Micron, which is really nice. And I've got a new LDO sheet that's is this size. So I'll have some options on build surfaces. One of the most fun quick build experiences I've had was with the Prusa Mini. I think you're gonna like it. Awesome. Had some discrepancies between CAD and STL, so we were able to get there in the end, and it works great. I went to Ultra Wi-Fi's Ender conversion. It's a challenge at times because it means far less popular than Dark Dog's great V2 mod. Now I'm building a revision 2 of Dark Dog's. Oh, there's a printed assembly manual and some stickers. I'm actually building a revision 2 of Dark Dog's mod for my father-in-law, and it's going well. The original, the one I built last July, prints really well, and I'm still using the Creality steppers, and it is fine. I think they're a little louder than some better steppers would be, but display. Oh, I've thought this was a kit. These Mini Plus. This might be a short build. I think this is partially assembled. I think this is one of the partially assembled. I was told it was a kit. That's what I get for not opening it. Yeah, this is assembled. What? Is there anything on the box here that says it's assembled? What in the world? I was told this was a kit. Oh, I gotta get rid of that one. That one's got my address on it. I obscured it on the shipping label. That other one had it. It doesn't say anything on here whether it's a build or a kit. Steve doesn't build. I mean, we can rebuild it. I wanted to put ABS parts on it anyway. But maybe we get it set up and put the Wi-Fi module in it and get it printing. I was told this was a kit. Okay, wow. It is a kit. Huh. Test it with PETG and then ABS. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I guess we might have some future Charlie's Angels content. Look at this. It's all together. Some assembly required. So we're gonna partial build. Huh. I am honestly surprised. I was expecting to build this. Print and finish Underwire V2. I don't have all the stuff printed to finish the Underwire V2. I'm honestly very little at a loss. I'll put some of this stuff back in here. Might need to readjust the heat brake on this one. It tends to clog jam with PLA. Yeah. Unbuild it. That's okay. We can adapt. We can adapt. What are we going to do to adapt? Either pull the heat brake further up or use a slightly longer PTFE tube in the hot end build. Okay. Well, I don't want to unbuild it yet. I want to get it printing. Let's set it up. I mean, might as well use them. Like you said, waste of printed plastic parts. If they get used and then discarded, or is it that much of a waste? It's less of a waste. Thanks for posting the Trident fan inserts. Going to get them on the printer today, I hope. Awesome. Hey, Mark. Hey, Niraku. Hey, Niraku. I've got a mostly assembled Prusa Mini. I wasn't expecting it to be mostly assembled. Okay, so I had the kit instructions up. Oh, that's another thing I forgot to mention before. On a normal member stream, I can't have a chat overlay. So how well is this working? Because now I'm just taking a window capture of the chat that's on my screen. Is this adequate? Can you read it? Because I can't really read it. It's too small in OBS. Hey, Mark. You have the special edition with the filament sensor. Extra build steps. Yeah, there is a filament sensor, and I've got the Wi-Fi module, so I can take some of this apart, put the Wi-Fi module. Okay, so these are the full kit instructions that we would have gone through. Instead, we're gonna go back and go to the original Mini semi-assembled instructions. Because that's what I have. I can read it on mobile. Awesome. Okay, so all I'm doing, and it's kind of a finicky to set up, but once it's set up, it's fine. And it probably needs a little bit of tweaking every time I do this, but at least this works. Yeah, and I need to figure out if I can make it semi-transparent because it's completely opaque right now. It is kind of small. Okay. Want to see what the flow calibration is on by default on it. Okay. There's a mod for the electronics box that you can use to assemble the RPi straight in the Mini instead of having it dangling about. I wasn't going to use a Pi on this. I was going to just use the little module, the Wi-Fi module. What was the inspection camera I got? I have two right now, actually. Here, let's take a detour since that's not going to take any time. For the Tridex. So the question is for the Tridex. I don't know a whole lot about it, but there is a system called TAMV, T-A-M-V, that you can use along with the Raspberry Pi to do an auto alignment of the two tool heads. And this little digital microscope is what was recommended to me to buy off Amazon. It's just a little thing here to enable that. I will probably end up putting a Revo Micro on this Prusa Mini. I think I have an extra to put on it. So there's a website that allows you to adjust all the settings for the overlay. I do that, Zombie, for regular streams, but member streams don't, there's a permissions issue there for some reason, and I don't understand it. But if it's a member stream, it doesn't show up in the overlay. So I do the website, it's a CSS, cascading style sheet, that adjusts the appearance, and that's my normal one. Here, I'll show you. I can actually duplicate this. Let's copy that, and if you're gonna lose me here. This is what you get. This is what you get when you do the regular thing. Is sorry, live chat is currently unavailable. So there we go. Oh, Angels, hello, Steve Build. Sorry late, looks like Big Papa P and the tinfoilers will enjoy this one. Sure, that's fine. Have fun with it. You lost voice too? Okay, yeah. I figured, because that's just one of my complimentary scenes. Just like the picture of me in the corner, that's its own little scene that gets brought in. If I switch to just that, you'd lose audio as well, because audio isn't in the scenes for all of them. So I have that inspection camera. Oh, and this has an address, so I gotta make sure I don't bring that up. But I also got, so after the Tridex stream, this company contacted me. And this is kind of neat. I haven't tried it yet. I just got it yesterday. But Ember Prototypes contacted me and said, hey, we have this little custom camera set up that if you want to beta test it, let us know what you think. So you put this on your build surface, and there's a piece of Windows, or I think Windows or Mac, I'm not sure, but at least Windows software that will measure where your nozzle is, because you put your tool head right over the top of this, and then it'll move the other one over and then give you a value to put in for your offsets. You show purple and streaming in Discord now. Oh, interesting. Okay. Poity is helping me test Discord connectivity, so thanks, Poity. Probably OBS uses the API without a login, so it can't get... okay, yeah. Hey, Sanity. I can't lock my phone screen during member streams. It stops it. So here's something that could be... I don't know, maybe I could get some opinion. So as a member stream, there are restrictions, I think, on... downloading it and watching it later. Is that right, Sanity? If I ran these as unlisted instead, the problem is that members wouldn't automatically get notifications for them. They don't consistently get that anyway. So that's another option, is I could switch this to an unlisted stream, and then the overlay, chat overlay would work. And all the other things would work. But did you see Modbot Stealth Burner with camera on it? No, Modbot, Daniel streams during my workday, so I often get in there for a few minutes to say hi and see what's going on, but I don't get an opportunity to hang out and stick around. Think you need YouTube Premium to keep playing off screen? No background audio? So what happens when you crash the nozzle into that camera? You don't, this is not a permanent fixture. It's got a magnet on the back, so it will, hold itself in place on the bed and not as easily shift. It's not a super strong magnet, but at least holds it there. And then you take it off when you're done. This is just to, it gives you, it's a semi-manual process, or I guess you could say it's a semi-automated process. It gives you values to put into your offsets. You can write a YouTube post message with a link to the unlisted stream. Right, but that would go to everybody. So when I do a member stream, I only want the message to go to members. So members only streams do not get background audio on mobile, even with YouTube Premium for some reason. So the music I'm playing in the background isn't showing up on mobile? YouTube is weird. Let's just leave it at that. So anyway, I just got this yesterday. I am planning on, because I want to use the Tridex to do some prints for the Micron build. I want to do like the logo and the tool head and stuff like that. More easier. So I'm going to be checking this out very, very shortly. It's very quiet. It is kind of loud on my side, which might be kicking in some noise canceling. Let's try that. As the stream stops completely, we put the YouTube app in the background. Right. And that's every stream, right? The audio I keep pretty low, so it might just be really low for some people, depending on what your sound settings are. I keep it pretty low, but I'm open to, if folks want it higher, I can raise it. I can increase that. Usually put my stream on as a podcast when I work outside and shut your screen off. And that works for a regular stream, just not a member stream, right? Yeah. Okay. I'll have to think about that. I could use some feedback. Maybe I'll post a poll or something. Maybe we can talk about it when I get the Discord up and running. on whether it makes sense to start doing member streams as unlisted. I can also set it then so that if the link ends up getting shared, I can set it so only members can chat. So that's fine. I'm not terribly worried about any of this. I mean, I like doing these streams. The only, so. Right now I'm casting to a TV and turn the volume up a bit. Internal mobile device speakers might not be audible. Let's unbuild stuff. Well, let's build this thing and get it running and put the Wi-Fi module in it and all that stuff. I don't actually know how to put the Wi-Fi module in. I've seen a couple of people do it, but there's like a setup to do. So we're gonna set it up, I think, maybe set it up first without that, and then set it up with, and do a test print and stuff. Sounds like a good idea. You aren't giving, yeah, I mean, this is something, the extra streams I do for members. If someone happens to be watching from the other side of the fence, I don't care. Perfect little printer for MakerDeck. Well, I've got an idea for an early print for this. Let's take another, not a detour, but an alternate route here. I've built printed RCs before. 3D sets, I'm really impressed with 3D set stuff. 3dsets.com. What about Patreon? That way you can share the links on there. I don't want to manage two memberships. I don't care. YouTube members is easy. It's exactly where I want to be. This is still primarily a hobby. I'm having fun doing it this way. Patreon doesn't interest me. The thing I really like about YouTube members, the YouTube members thing, is that now that it can be gifted, it's really nice. Because that allows something to be given to my audience at the same time as anybody contributing to my efforts. So, and I don't know, there's no easy way to do that in Patreon, so there's no extra incentive to switch to that. Anyway, 3D Sets just came out with this neat little thing. The Mini 4x4 Rescuer. It's supposedly 1/16 scale. It's a super simple bomb, super simple print. I thought this would be a cool thing to print on this Mini. So it uses a Lego tire and some inexpensive DC motors. So they just came out with this and I thought it was cool. So I'm gonna buy this. And that's one of the early prints I'm gonna do on here is I'm gonna use their pre-sliced G-code and everything. See how it goes. Jose, I'm starting to set up a Discord. I'll post a link to it when it's ready. The A-Team van is really cool too. I'm here because of gifted membership, which is awesome. I love that. Because when folks do a super chat or whatever, it all goes, or 70% goes to me or whatever. But when folks do gifted memberships, somebody else, viewers get a reward from that at the same time. And I still get that 70%. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a try. Okay, so we are going to follow the partial, the pre-assembled, semi-assembled version. The printer is almost assembled and requires you to connect the major parts together. You can continue using these assembly instructions. And there's a kit version. You'd have to go to the other. Lego is the largest tire manufacturer in the world. Yep. That is true. gonna have to take a close look at that one. I might have a mod project that could use it as a base. Ooh. Okay, there are more hardware revisions of the XZ axis. The XZ axis has the opening on the right. Continue using this assembly guide. There is an opening on the right. So they're talking about this thing right here, it looks like. So we're gonna continue using this one. It's just too bad you can't put Lego tires on your Range Rover. As the opening on the left, jump to the following guide. Building your Mini and early Mini Plus. So this must be a current Mini Plus, which is nice. Highest volume, but smallest, yeah. What in terms of tires put out or in what measurement? Oh, tire, I think it's quantity. I think it's quantity, not or volumetric. Amount of rubber used is probably not. I mean, it could be, but. So this manual, you got some tools and using some labels, and we are here for you. So let's prepare the X-axis. And this is where the little bit of transparency in the chat would be nice, but whatever. Following steps, you need this and some screws. Note the second M3x20 screw in the package will be used later on. Billions of tiny, tiny tires, yep. That goes there. Foam pads. Build the pads. What are we actually supposed to be doing here? They're talking about lots of preparation. I'm gonna get hung up at the simplicity of this. I got a little piece of something there. I don't know what that is. There we go. Call Prusa support. Let's give Shane from Prusa still work there? Yeah. Move smooth. Let's see. Foam blocks and foam pad set. The foam pads are the feet. Yep. I got a box, a bag of goodies here. Let's just pull this out. So we've got this and a bag of stuff, which has tools and zip ties. Hey, Joseph. Let's keep the zip ties in here. This looks like some extra spare parts. How many people are? Holy moly! We have 93 people here. Some notifications must be working. Most of the Charlie's Angels streams have been in the 40 to 50, maybe 60 people range. Okay, so we got a bunch of foam pads. Let's pull these out. Since this is a pre-built Mini, that's why the Haribo bag is laughingly small. Yep, that explains it. That explains it. I mean, for those that missed it, that's the Golden Baron that came with it. Okay, foam block. Foam pads prep. You will need 5 foam pads for the following steps. Keep the remaining 6th pad as a spare. Peel it off. We're gonna put them where? Okay, on the bottom of the electronics enclosure, and then at each corner on the bottom of the looks like they go here, here, and there. So I just touch those with my grimy fingers. So let's clean that. Word is out. Are we gonna hit? We hit 100. Awesome. Started setting an alarm as soon as you warn us, since I can't trust YouTube. Well, we're gonna fix that. I'm gonna break down, and we're gonna do a Discord server. So hopefully enough people are okay with Discord. I know some people don't use it, and I'll continue to do the the community posts. But for those that use Discord, it'll be a little easier, I think. Oh, so they have us put these actually on the put a started setting an alarm, huge end of the driveway. How long TPU tires would last on a Rover? Yeah, end of the driveway, exactly. Oops. I cleaned the plastic before, but these are actually, it looks like, going across the extrusions on the bottom here. So. The feet go on the extrusions, yep. Yeah, so these injection molded parts, at some point these used to be printed. The plates here used to be printed, but they started injection molding these. It's kind of neat. It's got different little texture to it. All those hexes aren't on the same level. They're different. That's cool. Nice and compact for its print volume. Have you seen the Positron? Got an acceptable washer put it in our house this week. Awesome. Congratulations. Okay, that goes there, and then one more. One of these gets put over in the tray for a spare, and one goes on the underside of this, right into that spot. Now, I'd like to get away with not doing that. Here, I am going to put a little bit of super glue on this, because I am definitely going to be replacing this box. So I am actually going to just glue this in there. Oh, come on. Is this one? We still have some glue in here, or is it dried up? Hey, Andrew. Doomed, I'm gonna head out for now. Thanks for having me. Hope you have fun. Oh yeah. I mean, not exactly what I was expecting, but I think this might be dry. Darn it. Do I have anything else in here? Let's see, is this? Aha. Who was it? Proper Printing, who printed wheels and they were great? Yeah, he had a whole thing where he was working on printing printing wheels out of ABS, and he was working on getting a printer that would do it and all the mods for that. Okay. Glue stick isn't going to stick to this very well, I don't think. No, that's That's not sticking either. This is probably a bad idea, but let's try it. Use a little bit of activator. So I'm not worried about whether it sticks or not. What I want to be able to do is remove it and reuse it in a new printed part. This isn't about whether it's going to stick here. I think it would be fine. Since I wasn't expecting this to be pre-built, I'm still going to be converting this to ABS parts. And that's not sticking either. Darn it. It's that this is designed to not stick. So, whatever. I tried CA and activator, it didn't stick. I don't know that I do have a glue gun, hot glue gun. Let's try that. The point is I don't want to take the paper off. I only have one extra of these. I'm going through stuff that I really shouldn't worry about, right? I really shouldn't bother worrying about this, but whatever. We're gonna do hot glue, so we'll wait for this to heat up, and we'll do hot glue. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a great idea. Switch 3D, you are awesome. I'm not gonna bother heating this up. All we need is a spacer there. I love it. I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna cut some strips off of here. That is a great idea. Hey, Pullage Head. Cut this into a strip. This is not going to look pretty, but it's going to be functional. Yep, you guys are awesome. See, we're just gonna shove some of this extra in there. Spacers. Don't even need to hot glue it. We'll use the tape as it was intended. PSA, don't mix CA and heat it. Starts releasing cyanide. At what temperature? Okay, cool. That's not pretty, but it saves me I have 2 extras now. We were overthinking it. Am I the only one who feels guilty every weekend watching Steve build stuff knowing you have an unreasonable amount of money and mods that still need installed on your own printer? No, don't feel guilty. That's what the weekdays are for. Okay, that's on. Let's close that. Do not glue any of these 4 pads on the plastic front and rear plate. Yeah, it goes on the frame. Make sure that the Z-axis is in the upper position. Not using your fingers, turn the lead screw and move the Z-axis up. It's already in the upper position. RMRR is 10 minutes from my house if anything needed at show. Awesome. I'm very much looking forward to going to that. I'll be driving though. I'll be driving from here to there. Release and remove the M3 screw on the box, the electronics. Now it doesn't stand up on its own very well. Remove the printed cable cover and lift the electronics cover slightly before you remove it completely. Pull it first towards the vertical aluminum extruder. Keep the box open. We need to connect multiple cables throughout this manual. Okay. So we're going to pull this screw down here, right down here. Hi, Ebra. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. So that comes off, and then this comes off. And then we got the electronics. It's pretty clean. The little Wi-Fi module goes under here. Come pick me up from the airport. At about 185 degrees, but the reaction is immediate and cyanide is very toxic in minute amounts. But let's define minute. If it's a real problem, that'd be interesting, but okay. I'm gonna stretch out a Prusa Mini partial assembly. Do that and that. Connecting the LCD cable. Take the LCD cable and push it through. Push it through one of these side. Okay. Is there any reason not to put that Wi-Fi module in now? Is there a firmware reason not to? I haven't actually done it. And I left my phone in my pocket. I'm gonna put it away. We might push plastic today. Okay, we can put the Wi-Fi module in now. We have an LCD. Let's go out. LCD thing. LCD module. It's a neat little thing. It won't work until firmware is upgraded. Let's just install it now. Okay. Leave the firmware for later. Cool. We will do that. So I have a cable here. And which side goes in there? Okay. Do you need to upgrade? Yeah, I saw the firmware updates needed, and it seems to be pretty automated, pretty easy. So this goes up and sneaks up through here. Get a tighter look at this. It's in right there, just like that. And then for the there we go. So we got to undo power the switch. A little screwdriver to help push the tabs on the side. There we go. So that comes out. Let's see, will that stay? Okay. So that this little module here, yeah, you got to install the biggest pain in the ass screw in the entire build, LCD to base. So this little module here is, whoop, yep, I figured that was gonna do that. Caught it. This little module here is a Wi-Fi module, and it's a, what is this thing? It's an ESP8266, and this is, or it's an ESP01S. This is the one with more memory. There's a couple of versions. This one has the 4 megabytes of memory, and it just plugs in to a header right here. Just make sure that that's in all the pins. and it just sits in there. It's right there. Screw into a plastic molded part. Why is the electronics box on the Mini less crowded than on a Mark III? That's a good question. That goes back in there, and those plug back in to there, and that's it. So I said it might be easier to wait. We'll see. We shall see. Connect the LCD connector and connect. Okay, now we can put these together and I can stop worrying about it falling over. Read the following lines carefully. You need to align the 3 silver M3 NE nuts in the Y-axis assembly with the correct counterparts in the XZ assembly. There are a total of 3 M3 NE nuts. We got these guys here. There are a total of total of 3. Okay, so these 2 here. The longest on the right will be first to connect both parts together using M3 by 40 screw. Is there screws already in here? Oh boy. Okay. So there's going to be a couple of screws that go in here, and they interface with these T-nuts that are on the side there. I need a long hex key for that one. Someone said long hex key. Is that long enough? Will that work? Okay, so that's gonna go along there. And what size do we need? Join the parts, locate the Y-axis, motor cable. Can we just join these? I've got that out of the way. Got the Y-axis motor cable is in here. For the LCD, it would work. The first, longest on the right. The second and the third is located on the top. Do not insert any of these screws at this time. Second photo shows the inner side of the XZ assemble, which will be in the direct contact with aluminum extrusion. Take a look at the small hole in the bottom edge. We'll use this hole in the following steps to guide the cable from the Y-axis motor. Okay. Let's get this set here. And then we've got a Y-axis cable that's tucked into the extrusion here. Right here. That'll do. Take a look at the small hole in the bottom edge. We'll use this hole to the following steps to guide the cable from here into the electronics assembly. Okay. And let's retwist this. Okay. And then there is a hole here. Maybe we can. There's a hole, that hole that they were talking about. This goes up into there. And then it must plug into the remaining. And that doesn't need to plug in right now, just in case. Okay. Move the heat bed all the way to the right. That goes underneath. Place approximately, but make sure it's under the heated bed structure. Okay, approximately center. In order to protect the cable, please follow the instructions below. Also, don't try any other orientation because it will complicate the assembly. Carefully lay the XZ axis on its side, wrapping the LCD cable around the box. Don't stretch the cable. Now tilt the axis back to get better access inside the electronics box and gently insert the cable in. Did that. Move the XZ axis closer to the Y axis so that guide the Y axis motor cable through. Push both parts together and use the M3x40 screw to connect both parts. Where's the other screw go? There's two that go here. Feel like this is overly complicated steps. You might want to complicate the assembly. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so the M3x40 goes, yeah, whatever. All they're doing is making sure you don't pinch wires when you're doing this. Third on top of extrusion. Yep, I saw that. That goes there, and then we just, oh, there's a hole through there. Okay. Let's just do this. Let's get this out of the way. This comes up through there. And then this guy, let's see, maybe I can get a view here. There we go. Nope, I'm not hitting it. That should be it. There we go. Long wrench to the rescue. Prusa overly complicated. Overly explained. I think overly complicated is the wrong word. Overly explained, I think, is the... Okay, now we can move this all the way back. We can shift this guy under there. What do we got? I'm still surprised that Prusa Mini or Prusa prints the parts. I would expect their injection molded parts would be significantly cheaper and faster to produce, but not as agile. I'm guessing they made a decision that they're very unlikely to change these plates that they injection molded. Everything else they want to be able to iterate on, and injection molding is very expensive to iterate on. Overly explains, yes, makes it more difficult to screw it up, but it makes it so someone like me wants to just skip through the instructions and then screw it up. Okay, these are not tightened fully. That's in there. The top one's in. Do not tighten the screw fully yet. In this step, you will move the entire Z-axis. Avoid pushing, grinding it against the aluminum extrusions, or you might scratch it. Leave a small gap while moving the parts. Rotate the back of the printer towards you. Push the heat bed all the way to the front. Move the XZ assembly to the back. There's a notch which indicates the correct mutual position of the parts. There's a notch. Where is that? Oh, that's the notch. Okay. Hey, Frank. Welcome. Okay, so now all of this gets moved all the way back to right there. The little notch that you can't see. Right there. Now things can probably be tightened down, huh? Once the parts are tightened, tighten all screws. First, the M3x12 on top, okay? Good morning-ish. It's still morning, even here. Second, the M3x40. Okay? And then the M3x20. Okay. And then this guy, the Y-axis, can plug in there. Okay. Iteration makes sense from a distance. I don't have a proof, so it doesn't seem designs change often. Well, if you look at any of these parts have a, here. Oops, wrong camera. So Prusa does this. They do, so this is F2. They do a difference in designation, whether they printed it, it gets a different letter, or if you print it. If you print it, it gets an R. So these are the same part. It's just that they can ask a customer, what is it? And they know if they printed it or if someone else printed it. So this is the second revision on this. This part, this one has not been revised. It's got R1. Here, this one. That one's R8. So there's been 8 revisions to this piece. Or 7 revisions. R1 is the first. There's been 3 revisions to this piece. So this is how they all their parts, like there's another one. There's been 3 revisions to that piece. That's R4. Okay. Haribo time. Arrange the bears in a similar pattern as in the picture. I don't think I want to put my Haribos on a bed that I don't know to what degree it's been cleaned, so I'll just eat them out of the back. I'm gonna have 2. Eat the upper row. It says I can have 3. I'm gonna have 2. For the following steps, please prepare that lone remaining M3x20 and the screen. How goes the search for the mini splits for the garage workshop? I need to get that done. I need to do it here when it's cold and there's not a huge demand. I just haven't done it. I've been busy. I got a CNC to learn and projects to prep for. Mounting the LCD. First, carefully tilt the printer on its side. These things that can go out of the way. Tilt the printer on its side. I'm already building off script. What? Oh, I only ate 2. Okay, fine. I'll eat 3 Haribos. I'm not putting them on the bed though. I refuse to put them on the bed. Wonder if any of your printed parts are newer revision than the included ones? That's a good question. That's a good question. We should add sugar-free gummy bears to the V0 bomb. Every time you miss a preloaded nut, eat a sugar-free gummy bear. That's a good deterrent. Oh yes, I do. I also have a job. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to place the LCD into the LCD holder. There's a notch which fits inside the printed part on the printer. The design will allow you to tilt the LCD into multiple positions. You can do it now or later. Use the M3x20, the remaining one. If folks don't know what we're talking about with sugar-free gummy bears, go out to Amazon and search for sugar-free gummy bears, and then read the comments. And don't be mad at me if you actually go out and read those comments. What date did your inspection report have on it? Inspection report. You do new. Okay, use the M3 to connect both. Pro tip, if you find it difficult to tighten the screw, turn over the Allen key and insert the short side into the screw head. It's threading into plastic, so it's a little... I'm not sure what is in it that gives the unfortunate side effect. Sugar-free gummy bears. It's like decaf coffee. What's the point? You know, it's funny. I was dipping into our coffee today, and I noticed my son accidentally grabbed decaf coffee at the store last time. So we had a whole discussion on what's the point of decaf coffee. It's just like non-alcoholic beer. What is the point? Can I get straight in on that? Because that is not liking the ball driver. There we go. I'll put it right there. Maltolol. The sugar-free ones taste so good. I'll take your word for it. Probably artificial sweeteners. Some of them have laxative. Yes. Okay. That is on. Carefully remove the free end of the LCD cable, and we are going to run that through. Let's put that. There we go. Connect the cable to the board on the LCD, insert the connector in the socket, make sure it's all the way in. Is there any routing that they suggest? They suggest to fold it into there. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of that. Point of decaf coffee is to get your flavor without the upset gut or jitters, and you can sleep. Well, I just don't drink coffee after a certain time. Okay, that goes right there. And then this is going to fold into here. You might find a printed clip for that instead. But for now, that will do. Think about the designated driver at the party. If I'm the designated driver, I'm just drinking something more flavorful than the non-alcoholic beer. Okay. Hey, it looks like a printer. I need coffee. It's 3:20 a.m. here. Wow. Thanks for being here. Under the stepper cable? It's fine. I'm gonna clean that up anyway. And it's not hurting. It's not holding the printer up. The printer appears stable. Connecting. I already connected that. Connect the heat bed cable. So where do these come in? Is there a spot in the thing that they come in? Do those come in on that side? Poof, it's a printer. Usually if I'm out and I'm not drinking, most of the places around here I'll have a kombucha, and those can be pretty good. I mean, they have alcoholic kombuchas too, but most craft places around here will have a kombucha on tap. still a volume difference depending on whether it's the camera or the constrictions. Is there? I don't know why there would be. Here, let's see something. Is there a... Oh, all of that is the same. Yeah, all of that is the same. I don't know. I'll have to do some experimenting with that. Honestly, Colin, I forgot to check that between streams. Take the cable bundle from the heat bed and guide it into the box from the top. There is no dedicated hole. Connect the individual cables to the board, the thermistor, and the heat bed. Gently push the cables inside the box and position the wrap near the top left corner where most of the cables enter the box. Okay. Maybe we'll just use this one. There we go. So we've got this guy. And this is going to plug in right there. This is going to plug in right there. There we go. It's the one over the shoulder one. This one is quieter? Huh. I don't know why. This one's quieter? Interesting. The camera over your shoulder seems to be lower volume. I don't get why. I'll go through all my setup. Is it unbearably lower? Okay, then these are going to bend over and come out over here. Some of the following steps are marked as optional. If you have a printer without the filament sensor, please skip to the step covering the electronics. For the following steps, please prepare the filament sensor. I got a filament sensor. I wasn't expecting a filament sensor. It's still audible, just quieter. Okay, it's subtle. I will check into that hopefully before tomorrow's stream. So we have a filament sensor. It is all pre-assembled. I'm just gonna leave it and see if it works. So, kombucha is apparently black tea, not for me. It's not black tea. It's a fermented, it's still a fermented drink. It's, I don't know exactly, but it's supposed to be good for your gut. Slide the filament sensor into the PTFE tube. See the picture for the correct orientation of the sensor. Check the position of the PTFE tube through the groove. So this tube here, we're gonna slide this through there. We want it all the way in and then tighten that. Use a piece of the filament and slide it through the filament sensor to ensure there is no deformation of the tube, causing any resistance. Oh, it's fermented black tea. Okay. There's lots of flavors though. There's some pretty interesting flavors. Maybe we go here. So this guy goes on to here all the way. Okay. It's supposed to go onto there all the way. That's not even holding that. Wow, that is too tight. Okay. We are going to try handy dandy reamer. I'm just gonna hand ream this. You can get these reamers off of Amazon, or KB3D carries them as well. If you buy them from KB3D, you get a neat little laser cut. laser cut holder. At least he used to be able to. I don't know if they still do. Now let's see if this fits on here better. There we go. All the way in. And then, I'm going to put it on right like that. And then we tighten this screw to hold it on there. The base of kombucha is black tea and sugar. Okay, I obviously don't really know, so thanks for that. There we go, it's tight. And then we want to make sure that we're not constricting that. I guess we'll do our first print with these samples, so. We have Galaxy Black and Mystic Brown, so let's grab a length of the Galaxy Black. Make sure this comes up through here just fine. Is there a problem if it doesn't even go through the Prusa assembled part? New Charlie's Angel stream idea, Steve Brew's kombucha. My wife would like that. She likes it. Okay, there we go. There's a lot of restriction in the Prusa side of this. Let's pull this apart and see why. Okay. Let's pull this apart and see what's going on. So it was tight before this screw that I tightened. It's tight here on the pre-assembled side of it. So we're just gonna pull this whole thing apart and see what it looks like inside and go with that. Same with the one I assembled for my boss. Okay. Hey, misfiring. Those were the same length screws, so we're good. This one, okay. So it's got a little bearing. Oh, that one didn't need to come out. That one's just holding this little pivoting point. Now, could that have been too tight and causing this to, well, that's moving pretty good. There's a sensor, lever, and a steel ball. Yep. There's a little optical sensor here. There's a lever here, and then a steel ball there. And when we put the filament through here, you see it moves that out of the way. Now let me, there is something causing this to be tight. So let me see if I can pull this out. There's a steel ball there, yep. I think all of this is a little, let's just pull it all apart. So this comes out and there's some magnets there, so I don't want to lose that magnet. Oh yeah, they use some magnets as springs, which is nice and clever. Okay, so that's all out. Let's see if it's still tough. Yeah, there's a restriction there. As I put that in, it's tight right there. Let's see if I can get this out without destroying it. I kind of destroyed it, but I got a new piece. It is very simple. Okay, so this is completely apart now. And that goes through just fine. Mostly just fine. I have a little 2mm drill bit here. I'm gonna make sure that this is clear. Not using our hex parts tray. Well, there's so few parts. I mean, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that. We'll go one screw per little tray. They all get their own. The bearing there and that there. They all get their own little spot. Okay, that's all clear. And then I think I'm gonna clear this a little bit. Although there's nothing holding it there before now. So that's this. And that is tight going in there. So I'm gonna grab a new piece of PTFE. Where do I have some? Ugh. I have some from a Revo Micro box. This comes with way more than I need for a Revo Micro. Nothing much to put in the tray, nope. So let's see here, just a fresh piece of PTFE, and that goes through nice and smooth. So I'm gonna cut this other piece to about the same length. It's not critical because this just guides the filament in. Hey, Sean. Did you get any kind of notification, or did you see the, I'm gonna use this to cut it. Or did you just see the member post or what? Have I done much printing on the Tridex yet? None. I need to get in and get the panels on it, but that's this week's project. There we go. I just ditched a little piece of PTFE. It kept coming out and was annoying. Just insert straight into the sensor body, works fine. Well, we'll try this. I'm also going to chamfer one side of this. Make it easier to insert it. Thoughts on the beacon eddy current probe? I've seen the announcement. I don't know anything else about it. You came looking, no notifications? It's a notification for some people, and for others it's not. Okay, so I just duplicated that, and it's actually the same length. Perfect. So this guy, I'm gonna now go in there. That is a, oops. That is still a very tight fit. But let's see how smooth this is. Where'd my free end go? That's much better. Okay, that is much better. Let me just get this in all the way. Even a pre-assembled kit needs a little bit of care. Now I have a Big Mad printed solid list of the regular 300mm Teflon coated lead screws, and mine just got delivered. They sent me the regular version. Uh-oh. They make mistakes, but they do a good job of correcting them. Okay, let's see if we can get this back assembled. So there's a little switch there, a little magnet. And then this guy goes in here. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Where's my wrench? Did I drop it? where is, oh, there it is. Okay, so that needs to be loose enough for that to move freely. There we go. And then it goes in there. And if I put this on here and do a test fit, that is much better. Still some friction, but it's friction with that bearing that's there. I think that'll be okay. And the cover goes over it. What do we got? Why a Prusa Mini? Yes, because it fell in my lap, and I've always it's always been a well-reviewed printer. I've never had a real reason to have one, but now I'm gonna do some projects on it. I'm gonna do a 3D sets print on it with all their pre-sliced G-code and see how that works. My Mark III is modified to the point I don't trust pre-sliced G-code on it, so I want to run this straight as it comes from Prusa. And it is, it's a cool little printer. Okay, that goes there, and then we can tighten this one just a little bit. And then make sure we can still run this through without any extra friction. Yep, much better. And that's the filament sensor. Guide the filament sensor cable behind the extruder cable bundle and the heat bed cable bundle. So it goes behind all of these. And then it goes down into the thing and gets plugged in. Right there. Perfect. It gets plugged in right here. Right there. Remember the giant companion cube at Earth? All done on a Prusa Mini. Wow. Well, that goes there. This guy can kind of, don't need a lot of extra there. I think we're almost done, right? Almost went with a Mini, ended up going with a V Minion. It's probably a solid choice. Arrange the cables according to the last picture. Keep in mind that the electronics cover must fit into place. Before covering the electronics, make sure the square nut is correctly positioned in the printed part. Yep, it's still there. The nut must not fall out. This can cause fatal damage to the electronics. And insert the cover back in. Make sure it is properly seated in the slot. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this on. Where did that go? So this guy, so all of this comes across here. So that comes like that. This goes like that. That goes in there. I suppose goes right like that. And then, oops, didn't mean to hit that. I think this guy comes over here. How did that go? Ah. This guy comes over here. This goes in. Splits all these cables across. Filament sensor cable goes in there. It's a kind of a tight fit there. That goes right like that. And then long screwdriver. Where does that go? There we go. There, and that kind of guides everything to where the bed goes to the back, X goes up, and of course I have this going in the wrong spot. So if we come back and look up, I think the filament sensor wire should go on the underside of this. Would you consider doing a shootout between this and a clone in the future? Probably not. I'm not really interested in building a clone of one of these. If I ran out of things to do, maybe, but at this point, that's not super interesting. Okay, that is all in there. I think that this needs to go to the inside of this cable. And that's easy enough. I can just loosen up this screw, pull this off of here, and do like that. At this rate, the XL will come with a fossilized bag of Haribos. That's funny. So let's go here. Woohoo! Where is Mr. Charlie? Oh yeah. I mean, it's not okay to miss out on the Charlie cam on the Charlie's Angel stream. There we go. Thanks, Sean. Did your wife remind you? Okay. Tighten the second cover, check that no cable is pinched. That concludes the connection arrangement of the cables. Take a quick break and eat another row of Haribos. I will. YouTube does something funny and delays the stream. Maybe it's because of higher bit rate. I don't know. I do not have as many Haribos as that says. I'm gonna save some. I did move my bit rate down to try to resolve the slow connection issues. Spool holder. %, she did. I figured. Okay. This thing is not actually being used. Put this aside. I have spool holder bag. And we should have some bearings. Spool holder and bearings. Haribo supply chain issues. There's a global shortage of bear molds. Especially mini bear molds. These are tiny. Nothing to do with the bitrate. 1080p on phone and PC on my phone is always a solid 20 seconds or more up to speed. Okay. Okay, look at that over extruded PET G goodness. Oh, what do we do here? We're gonna do some anti-vibration pads and assembling the spool holder. Apparently we've got some nuts to put in. Hey, I can use my tray. Some parts to hold for a moment. And the spare bag. There we go. There we go. We're using the tray. Okay, got some. Looks like these are opposite. Yeah. Is YouTube on Apple devices the same as, or is Google prioritizing Android devices? I have no idea. There we go. Those are in. This Prusa assembly dock tool is so nice. The Dozuki or whatever they use. Dozuku. That. And then that. And then that. It's complicated. Bearings. That. And it must be the long ones. Anyone started their Rocky Mountain Rep Festival Death Racer yet? I am going to be using the same one I have, but I do need to update it. Press the nut in there a little bit. There we go. I will be doing whatever updates make sense to the one that I took to Earth for the Rocky Mountain event. Okay. I started organizing barf yet. I thought you were going to, John. I thought you were setting that up. Okay, super simple. And then there's some screws here that I think can lock in the width so it doesn't fall apart. Just lock in one side, I think. Those don't tighten down because they're screwing into a split part. All it is just kind of hold it. I need to order the long lead time stuff for the DR. I am going to continue using the, I believe I'm going to continue using the Pololu motors. I think the 550 motors are just too much for those. We're getting close to done. We'll start a print. We'll play around. Wait, there's a Bay Area, I'm assuming Rep Festival. Well, we talk about it. There isn't one, but it would be cool if we had a barf. What's a death racer? Well, Scott, why don't you tell everybody what a death racer is? And then we just have some foam pads as a anti-vibration, anti-slip. Anti-slip thing. I wouldn't know where to start, but I was just wondering about organizing a Bay Area 3D printing meetup in a pub somewhere. Hey, you get something going. I'll see if I can show up. I would be totally down for that. The last time I was in the Bay Area, it took me 4 hours to get home. Okay. Microphone wire is bugging me. Okay, that's all there is to that. It took me, I was in the Mission District, and at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a weekday, it took me literally 45 minutes to go less than half a mile on surface streets to get onto the freeway. It was terrible. It was an absolute frustrating because nobody is considerate in cars, so it was frustrating. If I was drunk at the beginning of that, I would have been dead sober at the end of it. It was that long. But I don't drink and drive. Amtrak is a good option from SAC to San Francisco. Okay, where are we at? Are we done? Treat yourself for assembling the spool holder and finish the entire assembly. Eat the remaining Haribo. Leave no bear behind. Dive into the last few steps of this manual. So what are the last few steps? We got the PEI. We get to peel. We get to do a peel. That sounds like the normal LA driving experience. Yeah. Super pin sensor height is set from the factory. No need to adjust it now. Optimal height is 0.8 to 1 millimeters above the nozzle's tip. We'll find out how well they did on that. And then printing. So let's print. This is done. Let's put this on here. And we got a little spool holder here, which I guess can go like that. And we need power. Oh, and we need Haribos. I mean, look at these things. I wish I had a regular Haribo to show, but this is like a third the size. A third the volume anyway. Your Pindo was below nozzle. Was yours pre-assembled? I think this might be below the nozzle also. Oh. Make sure everything's clear. Not super thrilled. There's an edge on these. I'll get that taken off later. Still, I'm pretty sure that this is well, let's power it up and check everything out. Okay, no Haribo left uneaten. Hey, Takuya. We didn't use the tools. We've got filament samples, and we've got a power brick. It's a Delta Electronics power. Let's get it powered up. Where does it? Plugs into the side here, to the back here, plugs into the back, I mean. Oh, I guess I had the switch on. There we go. Okay, so it is going through the setup. Let's try, I want to avoid, oh, there we go. English. Welcome to the original Prusa Mini setup wizard. Would you like to continue? Yes. The status bar is at the bottom of the screen. It contains information about nozzle temp, all that yada, yada, yada. Okay, next. Press next to run the self-test, which checks the potential issues related to the assembly. Okay. And it's a louder mic now. Okay, I'll see what's going on after this. Fan test. We got a fan going. Yep, both of them went. The part cooling fan seems to be going very slow. Oh, there it goes. It's speeding up a bit. We will peel the screen. We will peel the screen. We'll peel the screen now. I usually wait until a print, but we're going to be relying on this. Wow. There we go. There. Much better. Wow. I have vertical play in my GE5C bearings on my Trident. That's okay. It's not important. It's not important at all. You're going to have a little bit of vertical play that's a combination of that GE5C bearing and the lead screw nuts, and that's okay. Gravity is going to hold everything. Gravity is going to be your friend. And it's not going to cause noise in your bed mesh or detailed adjust. You're not moving things fast enough. I was hoping that the peel would make it a little less, little easier to see. Oh, it's doing stuff. Yeah, let's go here. It's doing stuff. It's synced with the fan finishing tests. I can put the plastic sheet back on now. I was hoping it would look better. That's why I did the peel early. It's doing its thing. It's checking its limits, checking the homing. Okay, things are... Oh, maybe that did want to go on the other side. I don't know. Let's do that. That's fine. So tomorrow we're starting on the Micron build. So we are starting on the Micron build tomorrow, and oh, that's kind of weird. But it'll probably be interrupted for a week or two. Somehow there's a kind of hitting noise on Z tilt adjust and the bed mesh, but okay, I'll get used to it. Yeah, that's weird. It might be something else. This is pretty quiet. Have you squared the Mini too? Squared it. Doesn't it just assemble? It's pre-assembled. It should be square. Anyway, what are we at here? It is doing heater testing. It is doing heater testing. What do I have? Micron build tomorrow. Sometime in the next 2 or 3 weeks, we'll be doing a V0.2 upgrade on the LDO V0S1 kit. So that's what'll interrupt it. Micron from DFH or Fabrico? Neither. So it's available, I believe, at Fabrico. But it's an LDO partial kit. It's not a full kit. It doesn't have wiring. It doesn't have electronics. So it's an LDO partial kit. Big Tree Tech supplied the controller, and Fabrico supplied some parts for Boop, and I supplied from my stuff a few other things. I bought a Revo Voron for it, and I already had a power supply type stuff. Oh, and I bought a display for it. I guess that's magic of being able to talk to LDO directly and making motors that pair well with the stepper drivers. Next. First layer, to calibrate with currently loaded filament, press next. There is no currently loaded filament. And I don't know, I guess we'll find out if it's gonna do it. 50 isn't much. I think stock is 100 to 200. What are we talking about? Oh, and I'm building a 180. I'm building the Mini, the Micron Plus. That was the other question that was asked. Okay, let's go here. I'm gonna just try to use this coil here. Just as it is. I don't know if this is a great idea or not. Does it have to load filament? Load. Press load to change filament. Okay. Gonna be PLA. Oops. Talking about the Z. Oh, sorry, Steve. We were talking about. Oh, okay. Sorry. Load filament. Press continue and push filament into the extruder. I guess this is out of the way. Continue. Is that going? Yep, it's going. It's waiting for temperature. I have 900 Prusa meters. That can get me 2 spools of filament. PLA, PETG, or ASA. I've never used Prusament before. Any recommendations? I've used all 3, and it all works well. I have no complaints about any of the Prusa filaments. Well, I do have a complaint about the Prusa filament. I can't get the PC blend to work. I can't get it to not warp. I can't get it to stick. My brother owns a light and sound rental, so my first idea was moving head device. Is that done? Load filament. Is color correct? No. No. Purging. Oh, there it goes. It needed a little extra distance to purge. I think we're gonna want to do this. Actually see what we're doing here. Now color is correct. Yes. Grab that. Now let's calibrate the distance between the tip of the nozzle and the print sheet. Let's just do it. In the next step, use the knob to adjust the nozzle. Once the printer starts extruding. I have had a lot of good luck. So years ago, I bought a roll of Polymaker PC Max, is what it was called at the time. And I've had great luck with that. But the PC blend from Prusa Mini, I haven't. I have bought a couple of rolls of the carbon fiber PC from Prusa Mini. I haven't tried to print with it yet, though. What am I supposed to do here? Once the printer starts extruding, oh, it's heating up. It's heating up. It says it's only at 169. Is it gonna try to do something? I guess it's the nozzle, the Pinda is above the nozzle, so we're good there. That is heating very, very slowly. I don't know if you guys are keeping track of that. I want my dang obsidians. I do have a couple of those. Okay. That is very slow to heat. Oh, it was 170 to home? Okay. That's good. Now it's heating up. Okay. PC Max was an 80s TV show about a guy called Max who traveled through America fighting political incorrectness whenever he found it. That doesn't sound like an 80s show I ever watched. Is that supposed to be? Let's go down by a lot. Apparently is that the right way? It's printing in air, basically. Is that making any difference at all? I've gone to minus a millimeter and yeah, I think it's getting closer. Oh, do. Okay, we're getting a little closer. That's better. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, I like that. Okay. we're at 1.86. Let's see what that last one, but look at it. It was completely in air for a little bit. Oh yeah, that's a great first layer now. It's okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's really good right now. I'll leave that exactly as it is. Cool. So here's where it started. Completely above the, I'm surprised that stuck down at all. And then where we ended up. Okay. Do you want to repeat the last step? No, I think we're okay right now. Live Z adjust. Happy printing. Okay, so we have firmware updates and stuff we can do, right? Yeah, I'm really happy with that. Let's throw that away. And what is the process for updating the firmwares on here? Spent an hour getting this part dialed in. The first time I knew nothing at that point. Let's see what, if we go to info, what do we got? Version info? Firmware 4.3.4. So I think if we go out here, how many spring steel sheets did they include? Just the one. Yeah, just the one. But then I bought a textured one. I bought it. So I have a smooth PEI and I have a textured one now as well. So, and these will all fit on my Micron. So I'm looking forward to being able to swap those around. Let's go to, okay, we are good here. So Mini Plus. Bootloader needs to be, I think, 2.2. Okay, so we are at firmware 4.41. So let's download this. And that's downloaded. Let's go to more info. Wi-Fi auto connect fixed. TC. UI fixes. What is our upgrade firmware procedure? Do we just do this from, did this come with a, how do you update the firmware on a Mini? Do you do it through, how to, do we do it through Prusa Slicer or do we do it through this thumb drive? I've got a thumb drive sitting around here somewhere. What happens when we plug this guy in? Let's see what this has on it, because I think it mentioned something about, oh, it's got stuff. Let's go back. It's got a nut on there. Is that it? Stick it on the USB stick, plug it in, and then power up the printer. Okay. Let me let the hot end cool down a little more. Let's see what's on this thumb drive on the computer. I know my Mark III I do through Prusa Slicer, but let me bring this up. This is what's on it right now. So we've got some, looks like some test models, and some assembly manual stuff. So it sounds like we go and grab the Prusa firmware. What do we grab? Both of these? And throw them on here. Okay. Or does the whole zip file go on there? This is at 47 degrees, so we can turn it off. Let's see here. Turned off. Plug that in and turn it on, huh? Until you get the Wi-Fi module going, the Mini assumes sneakernet. Okay. Power that on. Let's see what happens. Ha! The firmware version is available. What is the waiting? Okay. So I want to flash. Flashing. This was easier to see with the protector on there. Let's see if I can get a little better. Maybe that's a little better. And then I've got a Wi-Fi module. Are there instructions there? How to get that set up? Prusa firmware, Prusa link. Or is there in their blog? It's flashing. Do we have instructions for doing the Wi-Fi module? I'm looking on their website while that's updating. Let's try a search. How to set up the Mini. How to set up Wi-Fi, Mini and Mini Plus. Okay, I found the guide. Hopefully it's not the rotary dial to enter your Wi-Fi password. Oh, Wi-Fi module. It's asking now. Okay. Use the online guide to set up your Wi-Fi. Here's the guide. Here, if you wanna follow along, there's where I'm at. This guide will take you through the Wi-Fi module, installation and configuration. Purchasing the ESP module, and I have the ESP01S. It is recommended to buy the version with 1 megabyte of flash memory or more. And I think the O1S has 4 megabytes. You can purchase Wi-Fi module directly on the Prusa eShop or check this table maintained by the community. Unplug the printer from the power. I did this, so I've already done all of this. We plugged this into the was I supposed to note the version number on a piece of paper? Wi-Fi is an option now. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna do all this. Install the module. We did all this while we were in there, and then we downloaded the latest firmware. So we don't actually have to do anything else, huh? Upon the wizard, you will be greeted by a Wi-Fi wizard. So this is where we're at. If not, on the LCD screen, navigate to Home Settings. A link with a QR code appears. The printer will now update the Wi-Fi module firmware. Okay, so let me pull up my phone and get that QR code. What does this do? Does this just take me to these instructions? Yes, it just takes me to these instructions. Okay. So we are going to continue. Wi-Fi module firmware update. Continue to flash the ESP firmware. Continue. Cool. This is pretty painless. I got a relatively late start on computers. I was 17 or 18 before I had a computer, and it had 4 megabytes of RAM. Maybe it was 2. It was 2 or 4. It was a 486 DX2 with a 120 meg hard drive, I think. Oh, firmware flashing successful. Continue. Generate Wi-Fi credentials. Continue. Success. Remove the drive, edit the file in PC. Continue. Make sure the USB drive with config file is connected. Okay, so we're gonna remove the drive. And we're gonna go back to the PC. My first was a TRS-80. Now before I had my own computer, I had a friend with a Tandy T1000, and that's what we used, which I think might have been 8088 based, might have been 286. Okay, so we entered that onto here. So now if we go back to the here and go to the thumb drive, there is a Wi-Fi Prusa printer settings.ini. You're gonna edit that with Notepad or Notepad++. So this is simple. You have this SSID. Now that I have a better network setup, I have my own. I set up a SBNet, Steve builds net, as a thing, but I'm still not going to show you my password. And let's save this and close it. Okay. So yeah, I set up my own printer room network name. Oh, hey, the first layer, welcome. Our mutual friend DeWitt told me about you, so I became a member. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And thanks to Tim. Okay, so I think we put that back in. Also had a SPNet. Nice. Hi, people just came. Hi, I'm at work, so I can't watch. Hey, Nuno. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so I put that back in, and now I think I can just continue here. Updating config to the printer. Please wait. Success! Please wait until the connection is established. And there we are, connection successfully established. Wi-Fi is now ready for use. Now, the connection should be established because in this mess, temporarily, there's my AP. I need to mount it to the ceiling, but right now, things are kind of haywired. There we go. Continue. Oh. And then we've got a bunch of prints, so back. Okay, this is ready. Yeah, professionally mounted. This is good. What do we want to print? Something off the card would probably be good, or we can slice something. I know what Zombie's gonna say. Do we have any other suggestions? And how do we actually get here? Oh, okay. So let's go here. Let's. I mean, we've set it up with Wi-Fi. Let's actually use it, right? I think I can go to info, and is there a? No, that's not it. Where is the Wi-Fi settings? Network. And we've got an IP. It is not getting an IP. It lost the connection. It's not getting an IP. It lost the connection. Why did it lose the connection? Because I was talking about my access point being right next to it. I like the Cali Dragon. I might do a Cali Dragon. I might do a Cali Dragon in this Mystic Brown. That'd be cool. This lost connection. So let me just try power cycling and see what happens. Power, power, power. Let's turn it back on and see if it connects. And then I can actually check my network and see what's going on. Starting up. Oh, okay. We've got Wi-Fi signal. Network. Ah, it's got an address, .90. Okay. Let's go look at it on the computer. .90. 192.168.50.90. Let's see what this looks like. There we are, Prusa link. It worked. Welcome to the web interface for your original Prusa Mini. Please note that the values shown are only when the printer is printing. Please insert the API key. You can find it in Settings Network Prusa link. Okay. So let's go Settings, Network, Prusa link. Current API key. So I'm going to enter this. So this is that TX. What is that? Is that a P? EM. R TQ AMC H 8R. Okay. Log in. And we are in. Might need to cover that. It's okay. I mean, if you can't get onto my network, I can always change it later. I'm not too worried about that. So we have a cool little thing. It tells us temperature, all the status on what we're doing right now, what's on here. We can start a print from here. Little previews are showing up. Webcam is focusing on that filament spool holder in the back. Oh. I need a better little move it around webcam. This is cool. So let's open up Prusa Slicer. Let's open up Prusa Slicer and we're going to add. We have a way back here. We got a Cali Dragon. Little Cali Dragon. And we are going to go here to configuration wizard. And what is this? Let's install the latest configuration stuff. And now we're going to add a Prusa Mini with a 0.4 nozzle. Next. Next. I want filaments. I want PLA and I want Prusament. Prusa polymers, Prusament PLA plus. Okay. And next. And sure, finish. Now we got a Prusa Mini profile. And why is this coming up with Tridex stuff? A Prusa Mini Plus and Prusament PLA. And let's go a 0.2 quality print. And now we should be able to go over here to print settings. And we are on our Mini Plus. We're gonna set up a printer. This little gear icon here. We're gonna call this our Prusa Mini using Prusa link. And I should be able to enter the 192.168.50.90. Was that what it was? Let's find out. .90, yep. And the API key, we need to enter that again. Yeah. So let me enter my API key again. TX P enter the API key. PMR oops. CFG. Okay, so enter the API key. That's going to be different for everybody, and we should be able to test this, and it worked successfully. Nice. Okay, okay. Now we can slice this, and it says it is going to be a 53-minute print. And now we can use this little button here in the corner that, that should send it directly to. So we're just going to upload that. And it's going to upload it directly to the printer. And I heard that the ESP module can be a little slow. All my other printers on Pis, this is moments. $53 minutes, that's crazy slow. Yeah, these are not known to be speed demons, right? While that's doing that, while it's uploading, let's go back and let's go to Filament, and we're gonna unload our Galaxy Black here. And it's going to warm up. And let me get this mystic brown ready. Your super slow Cali Dragon print was 37 minutes. Error uploading to print host. What? Let's try that again. Upload. We're waiting for that to heat up. While we wait for this to upload. Why do they include brown? I don't know. It's kind of a cool color. Is that what they said it was? Was that what it was called, as Mystic Brown? Yeah, Mystic Brown. Prusa Galaxy Black and Mystic Brown. Oh. Okay. It didn't eject enough. Unload filament. It didn't eject enough, or it's stuck. Okay. How do I get the filament out? Oh, there we go. Wow. Hit unload again. That's what I did. It was still tough. Okay. We're going to load up this Mystic Brown, and we are going to load filament. ELA. What the hell? Press continue and push filament into the extruder. Wow, something's going on in the extruder because it's not loading. Okay, we got something jammed up in the extruder. So let's figure out what's going on. And this is still not uploading. Does it not like to do two things at once? Upload filament while upload stuff while I'm working on it? How does this go? That comes off. Here, let's see if we can. I did trim the end. Okay. Let's see what's going on. Jeez. How do I get all the way in there? How do I get all the way in there? Unbuild time. Yeah, there's some. Let's try a retry. Well, it's trying to unload. I told it to load. It's ejecting. Okay. Push that closed. Continue. What is it trying to do? It's not actually catching. Huh. Let's pull this out. Yeah, it's grinding right there on the end. It's not actually pushing in. This is sweet. Is there a piece of old filament in there? Let's see. I've got a tool over here somewhere. Observation door is kind of nice. Let's see if I can loosen up this guy and... No, that's not what I want. There we go. Loosen up this guy. Let's see if I can see in there. There is some filament stringing. Let's just say yes. Return. This is not a good. Not a good sign. Steve from Prusa Support, how can I help you? Let's try here again. Let's try that. Filament, load filament. Are you sure you want to load it anyway? Yes. PLA. Continue. Yeah, it's not getting, it's immediately stopping. Okay, well, I guess this is, ew, that broke. I guess this is what we do. We figure out why this isn't loading filament. Audio is different between the two scenes. Yep, I know. Let's stop and let's go back and let's cool this thing down. I'm gonna pull the extruder off, I guess, because it's not feeding past that point. This is no. Okay. It is not feeding past that point, so we just need to figure out why. What is going on in here? I tried pulling that part off. I could try pulling this part off and but it's catching somewhere. It's not about, it fed the first filament, if you remember. I don't think it's an adjustment issue. Pull this thing off just to see. Everybody wearing their conspiracy aprons? Oh, okay. So there is a little PTFE piece in here. Let me inspect this. Let's see how well filament fits through here. It's okay. It's grinding on filament in there for sure. Can you get an idea of how far the filament makes it inside before getting blocked? Immediately, almost immediately. I think it's catching on a printed part in here, is my guess. So let's see, where's our hot end temperature, because that's what I'm most worried about. It's still at 104. Is how my $500 Mini became a $700 Mini? My bet is on the gear. Yeah, I'm gonna pull this out. I'm gonna pull the filament sensor. It's gonna come off of here. Let that cool down just a little bit more. We don't need the USB drive in there anymore. Replace the extruder first, then the hot end. Well, I'm pretty sure at some point this will get a Revo Micro, but right now I want to use it as is. I got to figure out how. One of the problems with having a, here, let's go ahead and, I think we're good. What are we at? $74 with no filament in it. I'm gonna go with it. Now, hopefully I can, there we go. It's catching right on the gear. It's grinding right on the tip here. So that's out. This can be unplugged. There's a mod for better filament path on printables. There's always a mod. Okay, so how does this come apart? What's the footprint of the Mini? It looks to be approximately, probably needs about 16 inches, 17 inches in depth. And probably, I'm using my mat here to check, and probably needs about 1 foot wide. Does this just come off in this direction? Can I pull all of this off by loosening these? Or am I just kind of, I don't know how far this has to come apart to get the extruder off. I'm just loosening things. There's a little spring. Let's see if I can see anything in here. Oh, it looks like there might be a piece of filament in the way there that might have gotten left over from the last one. Let's see. There we go. Pull that out. Oh yeah, that's what's going on. Okay, this might be a fairly quick fix. I don't think I can get any view here, but that was right in there. So that was up in there. Okay, we might be back to printing here pretty soon. That doesn't mean that we've got a permanent fix here, because if that happened once, yep, there's another piece there. But those are jamming it from going through. But we can get back up and running today. So this goes back in there. This goes in here. That gets tightened. That's good. We're tightening up the stuff I loosened up. That's exactly what happened to your Mark III's. This gets tightened here. I think that's everything retightened. And then we need the spring bolt here in the back. A stray piece of filament got into the gears. Yep. Stray piece of filament is definitely the culprit. I don't know what the tension is supposed to be on here, but we'll try that. And let's see, now we got to put this back on. And I'm back to thinking this should go on the outside. That goes in all the way. Charlie is on the move. Where'd he go? Oh, he's doing his business. And then this guy goes back in here. Now there's two sides to this. There's one with a radius on the inlet and one that's not radiused. So radius on the inlet goes to the coupler here. And he's gonna want out. There we go. I learned not to pull filament out during the unload until it beeps me to. I will apparently learn that as well. Let me let Charlie out. Let me turn that off. Oops. Nothing like tripping on my tripod. That wasn't too bad. Now I'll know to check that little spot first before trying to disassemble the whole thing. There we go. And then the PTFE tube back on. There. Okay. Go back to power. And this thing still wouldn't upload, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's go ahead and get back to that and power it on. Cut a fresh end. And put this up. So there. Close our inspection cover. Okay, how are we at? We're doing good. Let's filament and load filament. Filament appears to already be loaded. No, it's not. I want to do it anyway. It's kind of nice that it does that. So, I mean, what they jam into these, I guess this is a 32-bit now, huh? Hey, Christian. My Wi-Fi AP might be too close. Okay, so now it says press continue, but it's not heated up yet. Okay, waiting for temperature now. Okay. It did move in this time. It didn't move in last time. Okay, while that's doing that, let me try this one more time before we just copy it to the thumb drive. Oops. We need the, I guess you still need the thumb drive in here. You need a thumb drive in there all the time. Upload. Yeah, apparently you need a thumb drive in there all the time. Now it's heating up. I might get one of those small, oh, there it goes. There it goes, all the way in. And purging. I might get one of those small, slim thumb drives. No, only when printing and uploading files. Well, isn't that all the time you're gonna be using it? Okay, is color correct? Let's purge a little more, so we'll say no. But it does look correct. I just wanted to purge a little more. That's at 85%. Oh, it's purging a lot more. Yes, the color's correct. It does use a USB stick for storage. Hey, it finished. It uploaded it. Okay, if we go back here, see, if it uploaded that time. Now, if we go here, we should see a print. I just add file from local storage. Maybe it's not sorted. Oh, there it is, Kelly Dragon. You making a knot in that filament? I am. I will be paying attention to that. That should be okay. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna let Charlie in. This is an amazing 3D printer. It doesn't require power, went off. Okay, let me see how much I touched this bed plate. So I don't know how much, so let's clean it real quick. And I guess start the print. We've got an option there. When I selected it, apparently in there, it came up here. I should be able to say, from the interface here, from this interface, I'm gonna hit start print. Start print. Is the printer ready? Is printing sheet empty and clean? See, it's asking me, is the printer ready? Is it empty and clean? Confirm. Nice. The first beep is free, that is how they hook you. Starts printing right away, sometimes it fails. Move this back, and I'm gonna keep an eye on this filament, because you're right, I'm not ideal there with that sample. And then I think we can just do this. That'll work, right? I wish I were empty and clean. Well, imagine how long this would have taken if I had to actually assemble this. We wouldn't be done. So on some level, I'm kind of glad. Because I want to go play with the CNC and I want to play with the Zydex machine. Okay, it's heating up the filament, or the nozzle. And an ender spool holder for that filament. Yeah, I don't have a great way to mount it, but I have that around here somewhere. I'll just keep an eye on it. Oh, there it goes. Let's see how this first layer is looking. Maybe a touch high, but I think it's in the realm of successful print. Hi, Charlie. Don't step on the. Here. One of the lead designers of War on Team met a formidable foe, a Prusa Mini, yes. Doesn't Nero how to video demoing how to manage filament samples? Yes. Yes, it's very funny. Have you tested the IDEX for the skews some people have experienced? Not yet. Not yet, but I'm going to be working on that because I have parts I want to include in the Micron build off of there. And also the Voron 0.2 upcoming build I'll want to use that for. Have you done any messing around with it? Oh yeah. I have not. I've done some CNC stuff. I got the new spindle for the CNC in. So I need to install that this weekend. Charlie, that's hot. So you might want down there, but okay, well, let's see what you end up doing. It's not, I mean, it's PLA bed temp hot. It's not going to hurt him. Did upgrade my V0 to 0.2. Awesome. Have you tried any of the Mystic colors yet besides the sample? I've had Galaxy Black before, but I haven't had any of the others. Yeah, I went ahead and got the Carbide VFD spindle for noise and for full G-code control of it. Cat for scale. Testing the stall garden in 3, 2, 1, yes. The bed is bumping his hip there. What do you think, Charlie? Oh, shoot. Come on. Let's see if we can get any closer in here. There we go. When we had a cat years ago, she put her tail over a candle, quite a squeal, and hold her. Ooh. Mini Stealth Burner is nice. I've been mentioning that Mini Stealth Burner is so much easier to install. So much nicer. So you want to hear something funny? Is we did the V0.2 release stream, and I've got mine printing there. It was a complete, I did not know that they had made a revision to the hot end mount to include the little fan savers. So I'll be including that in the next build. Is there a link to the Mini Stealth Burner? It's all in the Voron 0.0 GitHub repo. Or if you go to vorondesign.com, there is a link there to the files in the GitHub. Do I have some water? Yes. So it was fun watching that. Yes, that supersized one was very awesome. Very clever. This camera is terrible for focusing. I might be able to change. I've done this before. I changed the configure video. Can I move these things out of the way? Where did that go? There we are. And camera control, and I want off of autofocus. I think I can throw that to focus right there. Let's try that. Does that help? A little bit? I printed 2 upscaled dragon eggs for my daughter for Christmas and put a Cali dragon in each of them. Awesome. Should do a miniature flexi dragon. Is there no silicone sock? No, these don't come with a silicone sock. However, I bought one. I just gotta figure out where I put it. You can buy them on Amazon or wherever, but they do not come with the silicone sock. Gotta get going. Promise to take my kid on a bike ride. Have fun. Yes, the Strava king of the mountain or whatever, nitwits. Yep. If anybody has any suggestions for a replacement for this little Logitech, leave a comment or send me a DM. It is printing. It's printing a Mystic Brown Cali Dragon at its regular size. This is double size that we printed on. What did we print that on? First print is sticking to the bed so far. Look at this guy. So far. So at some point, I guess, a member stream might be converting this to ABS parts. But in the meantime, since it's built, I'm gonna print one of those 3D sets cars with their pre-sliced G-code and see how it turns out. The Anchor C200 is what I use for the Charlie sleeping cam. That's this guy. This is an Anchor. And this is what's usually pointing at Charlie when he sleeps. I think it's gonna have a similar, I'm looking for something with maybe a little more easy control. Maybe a manual focus ring on it. Elgato recently released a webcam that's apparently toe-to-toe with a digital SLR. Is it toe-to-toe in terms of price as well? Yeah. This is where he likes to be. Except my elbow starts getting stiff. I'd really like something with a manual focus ring, I think. Because most of what I'm doing, I'm trying to point at something and having objects in the foreground or background, trying to autofocus on is just not very productive. Thing is super quiet. Has Charlie always been this relaxed? Yeah, for the most part. He's getting more needy as he gets older, especially in this past year since he had his surgery last year. But he's always been super chill. He's always been a tolerant cat. I can hold him upside down and he doesn't care. He's okay. Okay, you've had some snuggle time. You get to go back to your pillow. Oh, yeah, he'll settle in. My arm gets stiff. I want a nozzle cam. It's fun watching the plastic going down up close. I've seen those LDO, or not LDO. It's something DO, right? Elgato face cam is $210. That's not terrible. Prove it. One day. Keep watching. I'll show you how he doesn't mind being held upside down. 3DO, that's it. 3DO. That'd be cool to check out. How long does this say? It says elapsed 13 minutes. Print will end today at 21:51. That print doesn't look like a dragon. Can we raise the speed on this? Tune. Let's just go speed. I'm gonna go up to 150%. And we'll see if I'll see if we see a difference at that point in the print. There's a way to hack the C920 for manual focus. The other problem with the C920 is its color reproduction is just not great. Things are a little muted. And I would use a GoPro, but it's a little unwieldy in this in the touchscreen and the way it does output over HDMI. I think the GoPro works well when I'm doing like I did the Solid Fork serial video with it. But you're printing too, Poity? Awesome. That's awesome. That's your Solid Fork, right? It's going good. I wonder if I should dare take it up to 200% and see if we can see it finish. Let's do it. And let's see what its estimated time is. 200%. It says it will finish in 15 minutes. The GoPro is perfect. It is perfect for its intended use case. And many others. I just get frustrated with the touchscreen over HDMI since it doesn't display. Once you do an HDMI output on there, the screen goes blank, but it's still your touch interface. See ya, Mark. Print will end today at 21:32. Does that look like, oh, that's not the correct time. So I don't know what the current time on the system is. Solid Fork is printing a spool holder. Awesome. I just put this up to 200% speed in the interface. So. There are USB cams with manual focus, just not name brand. Yeah. I'm not so concerned about a name brand. You think the touchscreen going blank is only on the Hero 9? I might be able to get behind using a GoPro for my close-up cam again if I could get it to work. So it's on UK time? Okay. Well, it's still only about less than 20 minutes to go. That's your 100% unbiased opinion. Keeping an eye on this filament coil. That's a bummer if it's just the Hero 9 that does that, because that's the one I have. Oh, what else do I have? What else can we talk about? Micron parts are just about printed. I haven't printed any of the tool head yet, but I know I won't get to that tomorrow. We are doing boop on Micron. So. Did that seem like it actually went 200%? That's what it says on the screen still. Let's see here. All the default Prusa slicer download the 0.2 millimeters quality setting. Oh, and we can talk about that. So at Earth, I spoke to a gentleman who has developed a controller board called the Recore, if you've heard of it. We talked about it, and it's got some pretty cool capabilities. It's got a SBC built in, and it's interesting. I don't understand, or might be mixing up some terms, but it basically uses a portion of the SBC as the printer MCU. So it doesn't have like an STM or whatever on it. It uses a core or whatever on the SBC as the MCU. So talk to him, and the idea was that one was going to be sent to me, and I was going to use it in a build coming up. Well, that was November 9th that the thing shipped, and it arrived yesterday. It arrived yesterday, and it shipped November 9th. It might be hitting firmware speed limits. So yeah, it's an interesting little board. Let's pull it out of here. All winter based. Recore, some of them rare. So that's the Recore. So it's got all the normal connections. It does use DuPont. So remember when I was talking about needing a good DuPont crimper? This is why. So we will feature this somehow in the channel, going over it at a future date. This is why getting anything shipped from DFH costs like $100 for us. It's a long way away, yeah. So, but I'm glad to get it. I'm glad it didn't actually get lost. I mean, Elias and I just kind of figured that it was gone. I was super surprised to see this show up yesterday in the mail. I think this board is super interesting. It has some very odd choices, but it looks super interesting. Yeah. I'm gonna try to use that board because I'm making, I'm in my mind, I'm working on a controller board test station that I want to have. And I wanted to have the ability for me to plug in a board and run some steppers and go over like a board's capabilities and actually make it do stuff before I commit to putting a controller into a build series. So that's my motivation to get ready to test that on. Yeah, Poity has one. The guy who took it home for the post office finally figured he didn't know what he could do with it. It is interesting. Parts of my, so there's a customs clear envelope that goes on the outside of an internationally shipped package, right? And it has all the paperwork inside, and that's where the address is visible through and stuff. On the outside of that plastic, in two different things, a pen and a marker, parts of my address are obscured. And I don't know why. So, I don't know why. Parts, there's like with a pen, something is obscured, and then like a blue pen on one spot and a black marker in another spot. Parts of my address are obscured. So I don't know if that contributed to it, but why those marks were there, I don't know. That is a lot of DuPonts. But I'm pretty happy with that iWis, this guy. This guy for DuPonts, iWis SN025. It is a ratcheting crimper, which I don't tend to like, but this works pretty good. I'm doing good. We are at 44%. It says it's gonna finish in not too long. So. Did you ever do a GE5C mod on a 2.4 on stream? No, I haven't done it on stream, but my green Voron 2 has a GE5C mod. It's the only one that has it. It works fine. My other 2.4s work fine without it though too. But I haven't covered it on a stream. It is on that and the a kinematic bed mount on a 2.4, or on the list of things I could do if I ever run out of things to do. Or if I ever feel like I'm running out of things to do. My new Knipex plier wrench got used for the first time putting in magnets. And isn't it such a good use for that? Doesn't it work so well for that? Those parallel jaws are super handy for inserting magnets. This is looking really good. A little stringy. Little stringy. I didn't tell my wife what I heard about them. I don't want her to ban me from watching. Somebody has to do that. Mod Marlin, so against 60% done, it stays on the screen's estimated time left. Not too long. It's not too long left. It does say 49%, but I think that's not 49% of time. That's 49% of the G code it's gone through. I'm not sure if I have to screw it flush to the gantry or does it need to have wiggle room. Screw it flush to the gantry. Are you talking the GE5C mods? You just want to tighten them. There will still be, similar to on a Trident, there will still be some vertical play between the Z mounts and where they connect, but it doesn't matter. And gravity isn't the reason that it doesn't matter there. It's because your belts are controlling your movement on the Voron 2. The GE5C itself should be tight, but you will still have some play in the assemblies there, some vertical play. There shouldn't be any horizontal play, but you will still have some vertical play just in the bearing itself. But like Christian said, there is a 1 millimeter spacer that goes in there. Oops. Oh crap. What? Did I just lose everybody? that was weird. Is everybody still there? We're back. I barely bumped my laptop and everything reset. Are we actually going here? Everything reset. Webcam is frozen. Let's see if anything's working. Yeah, everything. Okay, so we're not good. We're not good. I might be able to get this one back up. Let me see if I can get this one back up. I have no idea what just happened there. We're not working yet. Yeah, we're not good. Let's go here. I have no idea how that happened. I barely bumped the edge of my laptop. So I have something here that's a loose connection. The problem is that now that it's lost connection to my dock, my Thunderbolt capture card adapter, it needs a complete power cycle of the whole system to get back. It needs a full power cycle to get back, and I don't know why. Hey, Kyle. I've tried, let me try coming back here. Yeah, this is not coming up. Let's try something. Let me see if we can get that to come back. Yeah, it's something totally screwed up, and I don't know what. Yeah, no, nothing is working. I've never had that happen. I don't know what. I've tried unplugging and replugging the cam. I even tried plugging the camera into a completely different USB port, and it is not accepting it. Hold on, let me try one more thing. That is not okay for this to have happened. The whole thing needs a reboot is the problem. I don't know why it did that though. This one is working now because it's connected completely directly into the laptop with a USB cam link. And that's why I did that, is because this one has the audio as well, and I wanted it to be the most reliable. Okay. Yeah, everything's out. Everything's out. The print's almost done. I don't know what to actually go through and restart. I'm just gonna restart the whole printer, or the whole printer, the whole computer. I've tried before rebooting just the dock, and it didn't it didn't help. But so we have this camera works, and this is the whole, this is validating my setup here. This is the only camera that's on the USB cam link. Oh yeah, that is for drying filament. So this is almost done. I don't know why I can't get this to come back though, because it's not on. It's not, oh shoot. I'm plugging this into a completely, hey Digital Dragon. I'm plugging this in directly into the laptop. Now, I'm trying to change it to directly into the laptop and it still won't activate. I'm trying, I did. I'm in OBS, I'm changing. It's not seeing it. Sorry, I hope that wasn't too loud. That came on too suddenly. This is weird. Sorry, I missed most of the stream, had to run errands, so the build went well, and it looks like it was printing well. The build went really well because it was a pre-assembled Mini, and I didn't know that. I don't know how to get, I don't know if this would get back. Sorry, Wade. That came on so suddenly, I didn't even think to be able to go over and hit my mute button. I don't even know if my mute button would work. Mute works at least. Why isn't this working? You know what? So here's the deal. For anybody who doesn't want to stick around, we're basically done. What I do want to try, which would be cool, is I do want to shut down, restart, and see if the stream picks back up. So let's do an experiment. If anybody wants to hang out, I'm going to reboot the whole printer, I mean the whole computer. I'm going to do my normal thing to cycle things back up and bring it back up, and I'll see if we can get back in to the same point. So I'm going to do that. For everybody who doesn't want to stick around, thank you very much for being here. We will be doing Micron starting tomorrow, so watch out for that scheduled stream and we'll go from there. So I am not doing anything but I'm not going to end stream. I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to shut down and see what happens. So I think I'm going to stop streaming in OBS though, because that'll cleanly close it. So, and I want to replug things in where they should go. That goes there, and this goes over here. Stream and stream. So I will be right, hopefully I'll be right back. If I don't come back within like the next 5 minutes, then thank you. I don't know if can you hear me? Okay. So I'm back, but nothing is up. My box, none of the things are working. Let's see if this one works. Yeah. So I came back, but none of the stuff came back. I'm going to have to troubleshoot this. So I came back, it's not working. We can chat here for a couple of minutes and I can show you the print when it's done, because it's going to be done any second. It's almost done. So are we getting video now? the full screen video. So the dock is externally powered. I know what I'm doing the rest of the day, or at least until it's fixed. How many folks stuck around? Let's see. We got a whole 26 of you. Thank you. But that's, I mean, I appreciate it. Anybody who took off, no worries. But we have full screen because that's the one that's working. Nothing else is working. And there's a delay. I'm seeing a delay that I don't normally see, even on my side. So I'm going to have to go through and see what's going on. I don't think there's anything we can do that would help to test. Once things show up on my side, I'm guessing they're working. Hey, John Paul. So we are almost, this print is almost done, and it does, it's not super, well, it's a little stringy. So you're growing the long beard again. I'm growing it. I don't know how long I'm going to let it get. That's a we'll see. So that is weird though. I bumped my laptop and everything went down, and it wasn't a hard bump. I was moving a camera. So probably other guys who like IT problems still here. I need to print a spiky guard. So I promise I will post an update on if I figure out what went on or whatever I did to make it work, because I got to assume I'm going to make it work. Yeah, this is the after the build. There's a new segment on my channel, the after the build. Is there a piece of filament stuck in the laptop? That's funny. Going for Duck Dynasty. No, I had it down to about here at one point, maybe. This is almost done. We are at 98%. So, and we're at almost 4 hours. So I'm really glad this wasn't a kit at this point. Charlie unplugged it because he wanted attention. He's sleeping. I can't, the Charlie cam isn't even working. So I got to work on this, and I got to figure out why the volume's different depending on what camera you're on. April's not super thrilled with the beard. So she tolerates it. She lets me do me. Hey, they're finished. It just finished. So I'm just going to pop this off of here and give a little. That brown is pretty cool. Oh, come on. You've got the product focus. I don't have great light for that, but it's cool. Hey, Steven. You're talking about replacing cameras, and I guess so. I was only going to replace this one, though. It is stringy. That's the, well, it was Prusa Mini profile, and I'm using Prusa Mini. Should take you like 30 minutes to assemble Mini. You need to do better, Steve. It's more experience in assembling printers. I'm gonna get the volume changing with camera. Isn't audio from a single mic? It is. I don't get it either. So I'm gonna do some local recording and see what happens. See what it sounds like. I dig the color would make an awesome primary space gray. Yeah, it would. I don't know. I don't know if I had Z-Hop on. I used all the default profiles, but I mean, I just played with it with my fingers, and almost all the string is gone. But it's cute. It's cute. I'm pleased. I'm gonna do some of those 3D sets builds and prints and see where that goes. So all the steppers are cool. So reported temp actual, I have 5 degrees under reported. For what? Reported temp. Oh, I don't know. It should be actual. This filament changes color depending on the angle and how it's printed. Yeah, it definitely has a good sheen to it. It's a cool filament. Okay, folks. Oh, I don't like that chat being not transparent. Thank you. Thanks for sticking around. I'll post what's going on once I figure out what I did, which connection is iffy, and see what I need to do to get that shored up. So hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you then. Good night. Thermistor says 240, but laser says 235. That's pretty close. So, okay, bye.